Joining us now to discuss just how significant these protests are and why they matter far beyond China's borders is retired Foreign Service officer and former Deputy Chief of Mission at the U.S. Embassy to China, Dave Rank. Dave, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Natasha. Good to be here.
Thank you. Help us put this in perspective. How big of a deal is it that we are seeing protesters in the streets of Shanghai, the streets of Beijing, calling for Xi Jinping to step down?
Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, Kelly said it's been since Tiananmen, since 1989, and that there's been this big, that widespread a set of protests. But I don't think I would be very surprised if this is a threat to the government, to the party. But it is a sign that people are really frustrated with COVID policies there.
What kind of response do you expect from the Communist Party there?
So I would, if I were putting money on it, I would say the people whose faces you saw, a couple of people being pulled away, individuals who were protesting, kind of identified as ringleaders, I think they will suffer very serious consequences. They'll use some sticks on a few, what they'll call ringleaders, and then sort of encourage the rest of the people to go back to their daily lives. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along.
So you believe that there's the potential for making examples of the ringleaders here?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Earlier this month, President Biden met Xi Jinping face-to-face for the first time since he took office, and that was a move meant to improve relations at their lowest point in decades. So how could the Biden administration's response at this point impact those tensions?
Sure. I mean, when you have crowds shouting Xi Jinping step down, the White House is going to be very cautious. If they're trying to keep relations on a decent footing, the president's not going to get out there and put his full voice behind the protests. But the other thing is, as you saw Jack Kirby saying, the protesters have their own voice, and to the extent that they're seen as sort of acting on behalf of the United States, that's not going to be good for them. It's not going to be good for the United States. So I think the White House is smart to stay away.
And let's talk about the economic impact, because these protests already having a tremendous impact on the U.S. and the world economy as a whole. Why does unrest in China translate to economic troubles here in the U.S.?
Because we buy everything from them, right? Because so much of what we consume is made in China. And I would say, I don't know if we're seeing the impact of the protests yet, other than sort of stock market reactions. What we're really seeing in the economy is the impact of zero COVID policies, of these really austere COVID policies that are frustrating people that you see out on the streets in Shanghai and Beijing and elsewhere. That's the real problem.
All right. Dave Rank, appreciate the perspective. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Natasha.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.